Hi everyone, thanks for joining me today. Today I'm going to be doing a mixed media layout using Close to My Heart's brushed collection. Stay tuned to the end to see what kinds of embellishments I'm going to be using and some special adhesives that I'll be using as well that'll work for very fine embellishments. So I hope you'll enjoy this video. I start out cutting out my papers to the sizes that I want. I'm going to be creating kind of a stacked paper effect for most of this layout. So I've arranged some of the papers. I'm trying to just kind of figure out what paper arrangement I want to go with here in terms of mixing the colors and getting them layering so that they look, appealing to the eye. So I've played around with a bunch of different orders, let's put it that way. And it's just not looking 100%. I'm just not 100% certain about it until I get this kind of the blue and the green papers together. And then I kind of realize, okay, yes, I kind of like the way these are going as long as the darker colors are toward the top. So I'm going to distress these papers, and that way the layered effect, they're going to actually cascade one over the other, but I want them to be sort of grungy so that things can peek out from underneath them. So I'm distressing all of them around the edges except for the very top paper. So this bottom paper here, you'll see that even the bottom paper I've distressed at the bottom a little, just to kind of lend that cascade effect right down to the bottom. I didn't want it to be plain at the bottom, otherwise only the edges would look kind of distressed. So now that I've got the papers down and I have them heavily distressed, I'm going to use the stencil on the right hand side, and I'm going to spray just because I don't want that much white space. I do want this to be a mixed media layout with a little bit of something different, but you'll see that I do kind of spray, and it does kind of go right up the whole side of the page, and in the end that's not entirely the look I was going for. So stay to the end and watch how I end up sort of correcting the balance there, because I do end up bringing more balance to the page, even though that distress ink or the color shine spray is there on that side of the paper. So I've matted my photo of my husband and I on yellow cardstock to set us off from the papers, and I'm using some fun foam to just pop up. And for this particular layout, I've used quick dry adhesive for the most part, so that I have some wiggle room, a lot of wiggle room in case I need to move things around. And you'll see that I'm glad I did. I'm going to take my square ruler to just figure out, get this picture straight. And so it's given me a lot of wiggle room where I don't have to worry about pulling it off of the paper. I can just slide it down to where I need it, and I really like it for that. But it does dry very solidly pretty quickly. So it's one of my go-to adhesives. So the next thing I'm going to do is pull out the sticker pack from the brush collection, and I know that I want this large sticker to act as my title for the paper. So I'm just going to figure out where I want it. I don't really kind of want it centered to look centered on the page. So what I've done is I've aligned it to the right side of the paper stack at the bottom there. Now I'm going to play around with some of the embellishments, and these are some of Prima flowers that I had in my collection, in my stash, and I want these flowers to sort of peek out of the paper, and then I'm also going to work on a large cluster on the right hand side of the photo, and more that leans more into the white space, so it's going to provide a little bit more balance that way. Now I have one of these giant Prima flowers, and what I like to do is if they're just too large to layer everything else down on, I'll fold it over and staple it and just tuck it underneath the photo so that it tucks out and provides that balance. And I really do love how the blue, it really needed that pop of blue. There is a paper that's blue on the page, you'll see, so I really wanted to have that there. And then I'm going to be playing with just touching up this title a little bit with my new shimmer brush from Close to My Heart in Julep. and it just gives those leaves a little shine. It just kind of makes them really special. Then I'm going to add some more stickers from the collection. I've glued down all of my flowers so far, I think. You'll see where I think I have, and I actually haven't. And I'm going to just pop up a couple more stickers. I've got this word tab that says amazing, so I'm going to use that sticker and just pop it up on the top of the photo, because San Juan really was amazing. We just loved the view from the top of this. It's like, it looks like a castle, but it's actually a fort. So we just we had such a great time. So I'm gluing down a few more of my flowers, which I didn't glue down. And for this particular butterfly, I want it to be popped up a little, but not folded entirely, but not on all sides. So I've put one zap dop underneath one of the wings and left the other wing flat so that it's going to go straight onto the page. And that way there's a little bit of dimension. It looks like the butterfly is kind of going to be taking off. So I kind of like doing that. And then I noticed that up in the top left corner, it's looking a little bare. So I'm going to bring some more pink into that particular corner up in the top left, because it really it needs some more balance up there. The colors are kind of darker, and that was on purpose, but I do want to bring in some more of that pink and actually create a smaller cluster up there. So I thought I'd try these sort of daisy-like flowers, but I don't really like them there. It was just kind of, no, that's not working. And in the end, then I figured out that if I brought it over to the side and put it on top of that the spray through the stencil, it would bring some more balance to that page. And so having that larger cluster on the right hand side bleeding into or moving into that white space has covered up a lot of that spray, but it's kind of balanced the page a little bit more. And if you follow sort of the rules of thirds, where you divide your page into like a grid of 9, that large cluster is in one of the perfect spots for the rule of thirds. So that's why I decided to do that. And you'll see there that I used some sticky specs for that heart outline. It's an acrylic heart from Close to My Heart. And that just, the sticky specs are perfect for this, because what they do is they'll stick only to the area that you've come in contact on the sheet with, and then give you such an amazing hold. And if you have any little bits that kind of stick out a little bit, you can take a glue eraser to them, and it's no problem at all. So now I'm just laying down a few of the sequins that I got that are also in juleps. So they're going to match the colors of the page and bring a little bit more green brightness to them. And then I have this additional sticker that I love that says cherish this, and I'm going to have that sticking out from underneath the photo. I love everything about how this has come together, and I'm just going to kind of add a few more stickers here and there. I'm just going to take a look and see if I've got it all together the way I want it. I'm going to use I'm going to add one more embellishment actually. I noticed that the yellow top flower doesn't have a center, so I'm going to use a sequin as a center. And then, oh, good thing I did see that, because I didn't have that flower glued down. So I'm just going to glue that down with the adhesive quick dry, the Helmer one, and get that tucked under there, and that's perfect, and that will work out just great. So here are some close-ups for you. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up. That really helps me. Comment below what you like most about the layout. I'd really like to hear that, and I'd also like to hear if you enjoy hearing the music background, or if you'd actually prefer just having a video of just my voice with doing the video. So stay tuned for some of the close-ups, and again, thanks for being here. I really hope you enjoyed the video. Share it with your friends if you did, and stay tuned this week for some more process videos. I'm also going to be adding a few art journal videos, but of course I'll be continuing with the scrapbooking. So thanks again, and have a great week, everybody.